Everybody knows that Boston, Massachusetts can be a creepy city. If you live in Boston, you live in a creepy city. Sure, Boston is rich with history, but it can also be creepy. A couple of years ago on our spring break, my friends Dean and Ashley and I wanted to go to Boston for a few days and then go to New York City. To drive from where we were at in Ohio to Boston, it was about 11.5 hours. So we left really early in the morning and we got to Boston around 9:30, but we could not find our hotel. Now keep in mind, I'm old, so this was back before everybody had a GPS, and we were actually, I hate to say it, going off of MapQuest directions. And because it was MapQuest, we had a horrible time finding our hotel. So we finally made it to the general location of where we kind of maybe possibly needed to be, but we just could not find our hotel at all. We were driving around. In Boston, you have horrible roads. I hate driving in Boston. I hate it. I hate it. And it was not fun because the signs, you would drive and the sign would be like, oh, you need to turn left here, but you had already passed the point where you turn left, so then you'd turn around and you'd go back and you'd try to find that sign to find out where you needed to go. And the sign wouldn't be there, and it would be a different lane than when you need, and oh my gosh, I'm never driving in Boston again. Is it apparent that I've been drinking caffeine? So we're driving around and I'm driving around, and they're trying to navigate, and we have no idea where we're going. But we get to this roundabout, you know, one of those circle things where it's like you pull into the circle and you go around the circle until you get to the road where you need to turn off of, and everybody's going one way, and it's like circle. And we come back to this roundabout like 3 times because we have no idea where we're going, because MapQuest directions. But when we come back to the roundabout the 3rd time, I say, okay, there's this pub and there's a guy sweeping outside. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna ask him for directions. Yeah, I'm a man that's not embarrassed to ask for directions. Ladies. So the 3 of us get out of the car and we go talk to this old man, and he actually knows exactly where we need to go. He's just like left, right, and then it's gonna be there on the left. But we stay and we talk to this guy for like 10-15 minutes, and it's really interesting because he's telling us the history of like his bar and about how his wife passed away like 20 years ago, and that he's the sole owner of the bar, but he doesn't have any children to pass it down to, and he just seemed like a really cool guy. So we thank him, we get into the car, we follow his directions, and boom, we're right there at the hotel. Dean goes into the hotel to tell the front desk that we're there, but he comes back about 15 minutes later, way longer than it should have taken him. And he's carrying 3 bottles of water. We don't know why. Apparently, earlier in the day, the hotel had an E. coli outbreak, and they were working on flushing all the water out of the entire hotel. So upon arriving at the hotel after our 12-hour road trip, we were unable to take showers, which was awesome. So we get all of our stuff up to the hotel room, and we're sitting there, bored, kind of upset that we can't take showers. So then I say, hey, we're in Boston. We should go to a pub. And Dean says, yeah, we should totally go back to that pub with that old guy because he was awesome. And so we did. Or we tried to. We get back in the car, we drive left, right, whatever the reverse order was to get back to the roundabout, and we do. We get back to the roundabout, but there's no pub. We're driving around the roundabout, and Ashley says, well, maybe this is the wrong roundabout. It's Boston. Maybe there are multiple roundabouts and we are just at the wrong one. But no, we were at the right roundabout. We were going around. And then I see it. I pulled up to where that pub was, and I kid you not, it looked like it had been boarded up for 40 years. Now, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was probably ghosts. Just ghosts. The old guy sweeping, he was a ghost. He was probably dead. Ghost. Creepy. Boston, you're creepy. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, there are ghosts everywhere. There are spirits. Because I don't know. I don't know. Now, I've had a couple other things happen in my life where it's like, oh, this could be ghosts or a spirit or a creepy thing or whatever. But this was a shared experience with 2 other people that we could not figure out just how, words, what are they? I just can't even, We talked to a guy in front of an open pub. We come back a half an hour later and it has been boarded up for 40 years. Boston, man. Like I said, I swear I'm not a ghost nut or anything like that, but have you ever had any experiences with like spirits or UFOs or creepy anything like that? Let me know down below because I'm really interested in hearing your response. All right, and this is the ending of the video. Yeah.